Good morning, everyone. Here's a quick flow for you to do. If you're just getting up, you need to get a little movement going in your body, or maybe you just don't have a lot of time and you just kind of want to stretch everything out and feel good. So let's start actually standing up today. We're going to start in mountain pose. Just find your base here. Feet can be hips width apart or a little bit closer if that feels comfortable to you. Go where it feels good. You want to lean back a little bit, rocking the weight if we're really heavy on our toes, back towards the heel a little bit, rooting down through your feet, the four corners, the big toe ball mound, little toe ball mound, outer heel and inner heel. Maybe lift our toes, engage the back of our legs a little bit when we do that. Bend our knees, stick our booty out, tuck our tailbone, lift tall through our ribs, broaden across the collarbone, bring your hands open out to the side, and then drawing our ears back over our shoulders so we bring our neck right into neutral. Everything's in neutral here now. If you have your toes up, you can place them back on the ground. And breathe. Couple big breaths here. And then on your next inhale, bring your arms up long overhead, growing tall, sinking the shoulders down. Don't let your ears have earrings from your shoulders. Sink them down a little bit. Breathe here. And then on your next exhale, let's tip over to one side, getting a nice side stretch. Inhaling back to center. Exhale, tip to the other side. Inhale back to center one more time. Exhale to the first side. Inhale to center. Exhale to the other side. Inhale back up to center. We're going to drop our hands on an exhale, clasping them behind us just like this, pulling down towards our heels. And then we're going to take a nice deep bend in our knees and then fold forward on an exhale. Coming down, lifting the hands up, bringing them as far as they're going to go overhead. Might be a little, might not be too much. Either way, it's okay. And then again, breathe here, just allowing your chest to sink closer to your thighs. And maybe those hands to move just a little more overhead. On your next inhale, release your hands, bringing them to the ground, planting them nice and deeply, and let's come into a table pose. Shoulders right over wrist, hips right over knees, tops of your feet planted firmly into the ground. And let's start some cat-cow. So on an inhale, stick the booty up, drop the belly, broaden across the collarbone, lift the chin. Exhale, tuck the tail, round the back, tuck the chin. And flow through. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And then inhale back to a neutral spine. We're going to come into plank. And we're going to hold our plank for about 30 seconds. So whatever plank position feels good to you. You can do traditional, stepping your feet back, engaging the belly, wrist right under your shoulders. If that feels good, you can stay there. If that's too much, bring the knees down. Still keep the belly engaged. Don't let it flop. Keep it nice and engaged. And if it's too much on your wrist, the other option is to come down onto your elbows. You can interlace your hands or place them flat on the ground and reach your toes out that way. Again, bringing the belly up. Shoulders right over your elbows. So doing whatever plank feels good to you. I'm going to stay here. And let's start to hold for, here we go, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoo! Good job, everyone. Coming back up to table. We're going to tuck our toes, push back to down dog. Walk it out here. First down dog of the day. Get a nice stretch in the back of the legs. Yeah. And then find a little stillness. We're going to bend our knees pretty deep so that way we can really push through our hands and shoot our tailbone up towards the ceiling. Getting a nice full stretch in our back. Woo. Excellent. On an inhale, we're going to lift our left leg up high. We're going to bend the left knee and drop that left foot towards the floor. Maybe looking under our right armpit to see if we can see that left foot. A little hip opener. And then exhale. Whew. Swing that left foot up in between your hands. We're going to drop our back knee coming into a low lunge. You can come up with your hands on your knee, or you can keep your hands on the floor, whatever feels good for you here. Settle into that lunge. Initially, give your chance for your hip right here to just settle and sink. That right hip needs it. Take a breath. On an inhale, come out of the pose a little bit. Let's tuck our tailbone, knitting our low hips up to our low ribs, and then sink again. It's going to be a little bit different stretch in the right thigh. You're not going to go as far, but you're going to get a little bit better stretch. So just give that a try for a second. Excellent. Awesome. We're going to release this stretch. And again, come forward. Let's plant our right hand down onto the ground, tuck our right back toes, and come into a twist. The left hand can come up high, it can come to the low back, but just come into a twist to start. Awesome. And now let's plant our back foot for warrior two. So toes are facing perpendicular to the front foot. Front heel, back arch alignment. Make sure that back foot, you're not collapsing the arch. You're pushing into the pinky side of the foot, getting a nice stable base here. Warrior two, just moving through this pose, because on an inhale, we're going to lift up. Then we're going to stick our booty back, not back behind us, back towards the back leg. Use our left arm to reach as far out as we can, and then tip over, coming into triangle. Getting a nice stretch for the back of this left leg. And breathing here. Hand can come onto the shin. Wherever it reaches, it can come onto the floor, whatever feels good. But wherever your hand is, you want to make sure both sides of your waist are nice and long. You don't want to crunch in the left side. Keep the left side long. Keep it long, guys. And then on your next exhale, let's bring that right hand back, bending the left knee, stepping back to down dog, walking it out. And then I'm going to turn around. You're going to stay right where you are. We're going to switch sides. So the right leg comes up, bending the right knee, tipping it towards the ground, looking under the left shoulder to see if you can see that right foot. And then on an inhale, up towards center, exhale, swinging that right foot through, right in between our hands. Let's come into a low lunge. Bringing that back knee down and settling in here for just a second, giving a second for that left hip to stretch and open. Keeping your nice deep breaths. And then again, inhale, come out of it a little bit. Let's tuck our tailbone, bringing the hip points up towards the low ribs, and then settle back. A little bit different stretch for that right leg. Oh, left leg, sorry. Our left leg is on the floor right now. Breathing here. And on an inhale, let's come back to the mat. Plant our left hand, tuck our left back toes, coming into a twist. Right hand can come to your low back or reach up nice and high for that twist. And then exhale the hand back down to the mat. Let's pivot our back foot for warrior 2 feet. Again, coming up into your warrior 2, really pressing into the pinky side edge of that left foot. Staying here for just a breath. And then on an inhale, straighten the right leg. Don't lock the knee. Keep a little baby bend in it. Stick our booty back towards the back leg. And then reach as far as you can with the right hand before dropping it down to your shin, to the floor, wherever it's going to hit, that you can keep a nice long torso triangle pose here. Breathing. This time we're going to inhale, bringing both feet parallel towards the sides. We're going to inhale up, exhale, fold forward. Nice deep forward fold with a wide leg. If you need to, you can bend the knees, shifting your weight from side to side if that feels good. But then again, just letting your chest drop towards your thighs. Drop down. Maybe shake your head no and yes. Giving your neck a little time to relax and release, to wake up for the day, get ready for movement. And then let's bring our hands out in front of us. We're going to heel toe our feet together, so they're just wider than hip width. Drop the booty down, come into yogi squat. If this doesn't feel comfortable, if your heels aren't touching the ground, come up onto your toes, step your feet in a little closer. Come on up to a little bit higher squat, but find whatever yogi squat feels good for you here. Again, allowing a little opening in the inner thighs, a nice stretch for your body here. And breathe. All right, on your next exhale, we're going to bring our hands down to the mat and then walk them behind us as we come into a nice long staff pose. Move the booty flesh out of the way if it's there. And then on an inhale, let's grow tall. Exhale, fold forward, keeping a nice long spine. And breathe. Maybe take this time to give your thighs a little rub, maybe around your calves and shins as well. Giving them a chance again just to wake up, feel a little love. On an inhale, coming back up to center, we're going to bring our feet in, soles of the feet together. You can grab around your toes or around your ankles, wherever you can reach comfortably with a nice tall spine, growing and lengthening on your inhale. And then exhale, let's fold forward a little bit here. Allowing your knees to drop a little bit towards the ground. They may not get there, that's okay. As you can see, mine don't. Let them be wherever they're comfortable. And breathe. If you'd like, you can even kind of flap your butterfly wings here. That feels good for you. Sometimes a little movement helps us sink a little deeper into the pose when we stop the movement. So do what feels good for you. And then on an inhale, let's come up back to center and find ourselves in an easy seated pose. So we're going to end our morning practice sitting up nice and tall and just taking 10 big breaths. We're not going to come into Shavasana. You can end your yoga practice sitting up as well. Sometimes that's nice if you're wanting to start your day, and again, don't exactly have time for a full Shavasana. So let's just take 10 nice deep breaths together, starting with a nice deep inhale and a slow, steady, controlled exhale. When you've finished your last breath, return to your normal breathing. Maybe take any motion, maybe some neck stretches to the side, maybe some shoulder rolls if that feels good, maybe some wrist shaker outers. And begin your day. You finished your little stretch and warm up and you're ready to go. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful day and we will see you soon. Thanks again. Bye-bye.